I'm happy to answer that question, but first let me welcome you to the United States Embassy. I'm very happy to be doing my very first interview with Alayam. And I also want to say how pleased I am that we can do this interview in person without masks on our faces. And that really speaks to the government of Bahrain's incredible response to the COVID-19 pandemic under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad and of course His Royal Highness Sheikh Salman. We are really happy and lucky to be living here in Bahrain. I can tell you that the relations between the United States and Bahrain are strong, deep, and growing every single day. Bahrain is a very good partner, a very good friend, and a very good ally of the United States. We cooperate across the board from military and security matters all the way across to the people-to-people ties. And I'll say that the basis of the relationship, in fact, are those human connections between peoples. Of course, starting with in the late 1800s when American missionaries came to Bahrain, and of course they formed the American Mission Hospital and the school and the church, all of which still operate today. And that speaks to the strength of our relationships. Absolutely. So Bahrain plays an absolutely essential role among the coalition of nations who support stability and security. Bahrain is the host, as you mentioned, of U.S. naval forces as well as a very large international coalition. But just as importantly as hosting these efforts, Bahrain is a participant and indeed is a leader. Bahrain has commanded some of the international maritime operations. And let's step back for a moment and remember what is it that we're working for and towards. So basically, the countries have a shared assessment of the threat in this region. The threat, unfortunately, is that which does not respect the territorial integrity of countries. It does not respect the sovereignty of governments. I think I can sum it up by saying the threat is from a country that does not respect the rules-based international order. And you can see that here in the Middle East. Frankly, you can see it in Europe right now, and you can see it in China as well. So by coming together as a coalition, a maritime coalition, what we are trying to do is ensure that the amazing growth and productivity and economic development that we've seen in the Gulf region and frankly across the Middle East is able to continue without the kind of external disruptions and shocks that sort of set us back decades.